last thing but not least, and I want to get your guys' opinion because, and this goes back to the Josh Allen contract, right? And inevitably, what happens when a quarterback signs a huge contract, a lot of people, and again, this is just me, it's the loud minority. It could be the loud minority, it could be the loud majority. I don't know. I could just be hypersensitive because I'm looking for it, subconsciously. That's how it is, right? We look for negativity. But I always see people say, oh, man, look at all the money he took. Blah, 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 blah. He should have took all that money. Now they're really not going to win. How are they not going to win? And they always make this point that shows me that the worst thing that Tom Brady could have ever said is him saying, I took less money so I could put a team around me. Yes, Tom Brady took less money. That does not mean that the Patriots spent the money. And I have the numbers to show it. Historically, the Patriots did not. So that comment that Tom Brady has said over the years throughout his career has become one of the dumbest things, a dumbest talking point that fans have. The reason why
people
fans
forget this man had a supermodel wife, man. Like, yeah, he took less money. He had one of
his
the baddest
wife
bitches
made
on the
more
planet,
than him.
man.
His
Yes.
wife made more than him.
Come on, man.
His wife was making $40 million a year when that would, relative now with inflation, would be like 80 or 90 million a year. That's when she was making 40. When he was making 20, 21, 23. She was making, and that was just in salary. That's not even calling about endorsements. That's just what Victoria's Secret was paying her. So he could take less. One, the reason why it's stupid is because this. Primarily, first and foremost, the NFLPA is not going to let you take less. You have to take the most amount of money that you can or close to it because you are next up and you boost the wage up for everybody else that's behind you. That's the whole point. You raise the floor. So the next man breaks the mold and the next man up raises it and raises it and raises it. That's the whole point. That's one. Two, Bill Belichick was not spending the money. He was giving Tom Brady Chris Hogan.
But it was working.
7-Eleven.
That's who he was spending his money on. Chris Hogan. Danny Amendola. What's the other white dude? I can't remember his name.
What was his name?
Julian Edelman. My bad. I had Danny Amendola confused with you, which is disrespectful to Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola. Julian Edelman was a 7th-round pick who was a quarterback. They got converted to wide receiver who never got paid. And if you don't believe me, if y'all think this history of the Patriots spending all this money to build this team around Tom Brady, I have the numbers right here, man. Hold on. Let me go ahead and get back to this. Share this tab instead. Where is it? Bada bing, bada boom. This is the Patriots under Tom Brady and where they ranked in the cap. His first year, 2001, 12th. The next year, 25th. The year after that, 15th. 2004. This is the three-peat. Mr. Saving money so my team could build around me. 25th and 15th and 24th during the first three-peat. And after that, 13th, 7th, 16th, 25th, 27th, 23rd, 17th, 7th, 28th, 22nd, 6th, 28th, 8th, 19th, 11th, 32nd. His final year, they spent the least amount of money out of any team.
Doom, dog.
And then when he left, they went all the way up to 4th. They never spent money. So, yeah, he was, quote unquote, taking less. They weren't spending it. They were pocketing that shit. He was just so great that he was able to cover all the bad decisions that they made when they came to spending money. Remember, they signed Brandon Haynesworth. He ain't even play. He never even been out of training camp.
I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They signed Chad Ochocinco. He lasted 3 games. They were always looking to go to they were always going to the yard sale. They never
Bargain
actually
bin,
spent money.
man.
They were
They love
always
the
going to the
bargain
bargain bin. They were always going to the bargain bin. It was just the perfect combination of the greatest problem solver at quarterback the history is in the NFL history. Him and Patrick Mahomes of making shit work, and a great coach who put the bad players, or I'm not gonna say bad, but the cheap players in good positions to succeed because he was a great coach. But it wasn't because they were actually building and spending money on this team because Tom Brady was saving money. That is a lie. I have the numbers to back it up. Like that is a farce, and I hate it because we all watch football. Y'all seen some of those rosters, dog. I was like, let me see if there's numbers that could back up what I remember my entire life as a person who went from hating the Patriots or whatever. I watched the Patriots, whether I was hating on them or another, whatever. I watched them. I knew who was on those teams. They didn't have a lot of All-Pros. They didn't have a lot of Hall of Famers. They didn't have a lot of high-priced people, and this proves it. So this idea that they won because they spent money to build around Tom. No, they won because Tom's fucking awesome and Bill's awesome, and they were in the can't get right AFC East division. So they
had 6-7 wins.
They went 5-1 every year, Herbie. Their only loss in Miami, dog. That's it. They lost in Miami once a year.
The South Beach flu, right? Hey,
yeah,
let's
that's
go.
it. That's it. That's it. And an occasional Jets flu.
All right, man. I just wanted to go ahead and get that one in, man. And hold on, let me see. Oops, where is it at? There we go. Oh crap! I got all this stuff in here. All right. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. First things first, man, or last things last, man. True Blazer, bro. It was an absolute honor to have you on. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir.
You already know what you getting, man. You know you get a round of applause, man. You get a round of applause, man.
Y'all got a good thing going on here,
man. It was. I'm so happy that you made time for us, bro. This is 100% not going to be the last time that you're on, bro. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to break that news to you, brother. But thank you so much for coming on, man. And thank you for your family for coming in, man. Round of applause for all your home people that came through, man. The La Familia. The La Familia was heavy in the chat, man. They came out to support, man. Even though, you are associated with some, Giant fans. I got beef with them, bro. But
fans out there, Steeler fans,
everybody, man. But all in all, man, I appreciate you, bro. This was an awesome episode. Thank you so much for coming on, Rod. Thank you for being the best co-host in the building, man. And thank you for everybody that was in the chat, showing love, being super active, man. And we will see y'all next week, man. Deuces.